Hey y'all, welcome back to Homestead Ranch. We've got a lot going on. Sorry I didn't do a video yesterday, guys. I told you in one of my live streams, if you caught them when my chicks were hatching, that my dog, my Bigador, my Labrador Retriever Beagle mix, baby dog Belle, she's fixing to be 7 years old. She is expecting puppies, and yesterday we worked on that all day. She is about to deliver. She went to the vet. She has at least 6 little babies, and she's doing fantastic. So we worked on a whelping box yesterday. We put a kennel up in the garage. We've been running wide open with Miss Belle. So we are excited for that. Nervous, but excited because she's just my baby. You know, they're animals are special. So hopefully all will go good. The vet said wait till the weather changes. We're supposed to have more bad weather here in Alabama this weekend. He said when the weather changes, she'll probably deliver, but look for it within the week. So y'all say a little prayer for Miss Belle. I wanted to talk to you guys today, and this is going to be a video that I debated on whether to do it or not, but I just want to get it out there. The time has come. I just want to talk to you about prepping. So I want your opinion. This is going to be one of those videos. I want you to comment up under it. I want you to talk to me about it and tell me your opinion. And I'm going to give you my opinion. We have a lot of new people on the channel. A lot of people are drawn here because of chickens. They're drawn here because of gardens. I've made it very clear, and I've said many times on the channel, for those of you that are new, that when people get on a channel and they're new, a lot of times they don't go back and watch older videos. Or if they do, they watch just the top hits. I have made it very clear before, the reason we started prepping was in 2020. Hurricane Zeta came through. I think the eye hit right here in central Alabama. We were unprepared. The meteorologist said, hey, you know, they did the best they could, but they said, hey, just lock down your yard furniture tonight. It'll be windy, and that'll be it. Well, we ended up at 1 a.m. with no cell service. Cell towers were taken out. We had no power. We had no food stocked up. We had nothing. It took 8 days to get power on. We were not prepared. It was terrible. I was working full time. I couldn't even get a warm shower. We had an electric hot water heater. It was just a mess, guys. It was a mess. Walmart was empty with food. Couldn't get gas. Couldn't get money out of the ATM. So after all of that, I learned that I need to get my act together. And so I did prepping videos, and we talk about very calm things, just calm, basic disaster preparedness, like tornadoes. I talked to you about that 2 weeks ago when they came through. And again, we may have it this weekend. Same thing goes. Helmets, first aid kits. We've talked about hurricanes. We've talked about more radical stuff like an EMP, an electric magnetic pulse. If that hits the electrical grid, that could happen. We've talked about the stock market. If it crashed, what would you do? We've talked about this kind of stuff. I encourage everybody to be prepared on a reasonable level for a disaster. But guys, I told you my service here, I do not have service. You can see the house here. There's no trees. You see a tree line. There's no trees here. I don't know why. It's a mess. So I have to go to a different location to even attempt to upload a video. And when I do, it just spins. I have to be on YouTube and be active. So a lot of times I'll just click a video and let it play, and it'll just spin and it'll upload quicker. So what I'm saying is I don't watch a lot of videos on YouTube. Well, actually I don't. I make sure mine's uploaded and that's it. I used to watch it all the time, but right now I just don't have time. I've got so many irons in the fire. But what I will do is click on a video, let it spin. Sometimes it's my own, and thank y'all for watching too, and subscribing and sharing and commenting. I appreciate it. Sometimes it's other people's. I'll listen to it sometimes if I walk by. Sometimes I won't. I can't keep it in my pocket. It has to be in a certain spot. You have to hold your breath and stand on one foot to get the thing to upload. So a lot of times I'll just lay it on a porch table and keep doing what I'm doing in the yard somewhere. So, but I'm aware of what's being talked about. Another day I was listening as I kind of walked by. I was moving stuff, and the person was talking about a Great Depression, and I hear this so much. I've seen it pop up continuously. So this is where I want y'all's opinion. Do y'all prep? Do you prep, period? And if you do, are you prepping hardcore for something like another Great Depression? Or do you think it's just all a scam? Do you think it's just overblown, out of the water? What do you think? Do you prep, and what do you think? I still consider ourselves preppers, but I say we're extremely small scale. We're not berserk over this, okay? You may see our canned food and think, well, gosh, you've got a lot. You know, how could you say you're small scale? That is stuff we eat. That is stuff I grow. You can't be a homesteader and grow on a moderate to large scale without putting food back and technically being a prepper that way. You just can't. It goes hand in hand. You've got to take care of your food, or either give it to neighbors or sell it. You got a lot, you got a lot of food. You got to do something with it. So I still prep. I do, but I am just not to that extent. I think, guys, a lot of it is what is popular right now to talk about. But you may think that this is imminent, that something bad's going to happen, like a Great Depression or an EMP or something like that. So that's why I want your opinions. And it doesn't matter to me whether you think, it's terrible to prep or you think it's great. It doesn't matter, because I've been on both sides of the coin. I have nothing bad to say about any of it. If you want to go out and buy 500 canned goods, then that's fine. The only thing I'm going to say about that is, in my own opinion, I think the skill to grow is better than to buy. That is just me. I think it's good to have both. I have both. But I do not go out to Walmart and buy 500 canned goods. I don't. That may be my fault. There may be one of these days I wish I would. I don't know. But I grow that instead. I still have a little bit stocked up, but I don't just spend everything I've got on food. The reason being, guys, and let me know your opinions. The reason being is all food will run out eventually. There's so many ways to look at this. Like, well, it could be beneficial, but yet it may not. If you have livestock, that is to me more of an investment. Now, if you live in the city and you can't grow, then you've got to buy food. You've got to stock up. If you are prepping for an event where you may not have food, I want to know, when do you think you may not have food? Now, last year, grew to the hilt because I was worried about the price of stuff and I wanted to push myself to the limit. And I can't tell you the price of groceries. I can't. And we're sitting good with that. We have been to the grocery store. I personally have been to the grocery store 3 times since last June. We buy dairy and we buy dry goods. That's it. I'm going to tell you guys, and I see that too a lot, and that's been a thing, and I've told you, like, see how long you can go without going to the grocery store. My opinion has changed on that now because, well, I guess as long as you're getting out, it's fine. But if you don't want to go to the grocery store to buy someone else's food, that's fine. But you still need to get out and be around people. I am totally against that now because it's hard. You get cabin fever, okay? When you stay inside a house, or not inside, but on your property all day, and you don't deal with any humans for months, you get cabin fever, okay? That's not good. That is not good. I would not recommend that. I would not. If I could go back, I would still be getting out and doing something without staying secluded. That's me. I like to be by myself, but I just don't think it's healthy at a certain point. That's why I'm telling you that. And I saw in a video the other day, somebody said, we're going to refuse to buy from the grocery store. We're going to see how long we can do that. If you're pushing yourself to see how much you can grow, then go for it. But you still need to have some kind of social interaction, in my opinion. I want your opinion. A lot of people use bulk companies that they buy food from. If you do, why do you do that? I'm curious. I have put up soup mix. I've put up dried beans. I've put up all this stuff before. I've done videos on it. I've showed you how we use it. I really can't tell you at the time why I did it, to be honest. So now that I'm kind of just letting the dust settle and look, why do you do it? I'm trying to figure out why I did it. Why I did it was not to go to the grocery store or to have something really cheap. It all boiled down to money, okay? That's why. It wasn't that I just knew that we would never find another pinto bean again. It wasn't that. It was I wanted to go out and have it on the shelf. That way I wouldn't have to run to the grocery store so many times. If you live out in the country, you don't want to have to drive to the grocery store every day. But when you don't go to the grocery store for 3 months at a time, that gets tough, guys. Like, I'm fine with it, but I just can't recommend it to you. I just don't think that it's good. That's me. So yeah, I still prep and I buy in bulk when I can, just because I don't want to drive. But there again, maybe, I don't know. I don't know. This could go so many ways. That's why I want to know your opinion. And there's no right or wrong answer. I will say this. I've wrote some notes down of just how I felt. Prepping and being very sober and diligent about it and being very aware of situations that are going on around us is great. But you cannot let fear dictate you, okay? Fear-mongering is, people thrive on it. People thrive on it, and it's very, very profitable if you're making money off of it. To me, it's very good. People love that stuff. That's like people pay to go to haunted houses. They love to get the thrill of being scared. People love to feel productive, and they love to feel like they are doing something to change an outcome for the better. And that is great to a certain extent, but where to the point that you are so scared that you can't function in daily life without worrying about what may happen, that to me is not good. That's my own opinion. I'm not saying you shouldn't prep. I'm not saying you should prep. That's just me. And I've said that from the beginning. I do not agree with people saying, hey, this is fixing to happen constantly over and over and over and over, because it just may never happen. And look at how much time has been wasted. Or if it does happen, you're sitting great, and then everybody else is just, up the creek without a paddle. So I really can't, I get it. I get both sides. I'm not bashing one side or the other, but I do think you need to enjoy life, and you don't need to stress out so much about prepping on a homestead, because I'm going to tell you, the least fun I ever had was last year trying to pressure myself to grow as much as I could, because I was listening to these other people. I was so stressed out. I really thought, like, I need to have as much as I can on the shelf, and I need to have so many jars and blah, 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 blah. Guys, it just did not become fun anymore. It just wasn't fun. The fun was taken out of it, and I have always said, always, just like tomato varieties. Somebody said, or a pumpkin last year. I had somebody read me out on here. They said, why would you want to grow an Atlantic giant pumpkin? Who would do that? And grow something to pique your interest, okay? If you want to go out here and grow a purple tomato, an Atlantic giant pumpkin, or bloody butcher corn, go do it. Go do it and have fun with it. Grow something you know will work, but try the other stuff. It's fun. It's fun. There's no point in it if it's not fun. I don't think any of us, truly, I don't think any of us can sit up and say, hey, from sunlight till dusk, this is completely all we do. Because the reason I say this, I've got YouTube as well. I think a lot of y'all, I just don't think we're 100% farmers. And even if you're farmers, like out in the Midwest, they're not growing all that corn to eat. They're growing it to make money off of, to sell. You see what I'm saying? It's a business. So it's very rare to find somebody that completely lives off the land like it was 1920 and we were in, or 1930 and we were in a Great Depression. No one, I just don't think this day and time completely does that. They might, and there's nothing wrong with it if they do. Hey, kudos to you. But we all have technology. We all have other things. So it's a great goal to get towards if you want to do that. But if you have to go buy stuff, or if you have to use a cell phone, or if you want to, there's nothing wrong with it. What I'm saying is, hey, I've got no problem with whatever you do, but just don't live in fear. Just don't live in fear. And we should prep. We should, I think, to be very, to be diligent. We should prep to a certain extent, but to go out and just be so scared, don't fall for it. Okay. I just would not fall for it. You don't need to be scared of anything. And if, spiritually, fear is not of the Lord, okay? So I think being diligent and hearkening to advice and living right, yes, I think that's yes. And I think we ought to prepare our homes and such. But some of this, guys, you gotta just take a step back and look at it. But, I don't know. I want to know what you think. I want to know what you're currently prepping for. If you prep, I want to know your opinion on prepping. I'm looking at my notes here and what all we've talked about. And my main thing is, I wrote this down at the very end. Are we prepping for fantasy events? We're prepping for hypotheticals, okay? And that does aggravate me. I'll say that. We are prepping for hypotheticals more so then we are prepping for something daily that will impact us. Let's use this as an example. I have talked about an EMP. I have talked about the stock market. This all very well may happen, but it very well may not. Okay, the chance of it happening probably slim. I don't know. It's not something that we know for sure that's a constant that will happen. But let me tell you something. How many people wake up every morning and say, hey, I'm going to eat less salt today because I know with my family history and I know with everything going on that the doctors told me I don't need to have salt, I don't need to eat bad because I'm probably going to have high blood pressure. Whoa, how many people do that? That's a form of prepping too. It's just a lifestyle change. How many people are worried about things like that? Now, I know a lot they're concerned, but okay, me at my age, I'm 32, I do not have high blood pressure. I'm supposed to be 33 next week. And I have a medical background, so that's probably where this is coming from. But I think about those things. But I don't think the average person thinks about it at that age. Like, well, mom and dad had high blood pressure, but that's years off, you know. But instead, they're worried about something else that may not ever happen. You see what I'm saying? I see that a lot. We don't prep for, or how about, look at what happened to me this past year, grief. You know, and a lot of this, there's no way to prep for it. There's not a way to prep for it. You know, when you have family losses, we know it'll happen, but we try not to think about it because it's just, you don't need to dwell on it. You can't live in fear. But when it happens, boy, it hurts, you know? Your life can get flipped upside down in a flash of an eye, and a blink of an eye, and how many people go through situations like that? So many. And I look back and say, I wish I could have done better with that, but I say, hey, I did the best I could at the time. I did. It was tough. We got through it. Things are better, and we made it on the other side. A lot of this, that's what I'm trying to get at. You do the best you can. Should we be worried about high blood pressure every single day of our lives if we don't have it? No. No, you need to live right and do the best you can. We all do, just do the best you can. Every time you get in a car, you could have a car accident. Those are so frequent. How many wrecks do you see? Even a fender bender. But you can't let it just rule your life. That's just me. So somebody put on the channel the other day, said a lot of times people can't see the forest for the trees. And I think that's very good advice. We can't see what's really going on because we're so worried about something, that may never happen. But we almost get in a denial because we can't prep for what we know will happen. There's nothing you can do except make sure, if you're religious, that your heart is right, your spirit's right, and you just do the best you can. It's tough, guys. It really is tough. But that's the whole thing on prepping. It's a bandwagon right now. I personally feel like it's used and abused. That's what I think. I think it's a cliche, and I think it is just something cool to try. But I think it is good to a certain extent. But just like everything you have to do in moderation, and everything can be taken too far and out of context, and that's just what I think. I do think it's great to do. I'll continue to do it. But, we've got to look at this very soberly and look at it with an open mind and a sensible, reasonable mind, and just kind of see what's going on around us, see what we can do, and have fun. This year, I want every single one of y'all to have fun. I will say on the channel, we have had so many great people. Y'all have been here for us. You've prayed for us. You've supported us. You have been wonderful. But there's a lot of people that just are not supportive. And you don't know about it because I usually delete it right off the bat. People, that's part of YouTube, putting yourself out there. People are cruel. I was getting an update the other night. Somebody said my bathroom just looked horrible. Just horrible. They were rewatching an older video, and they just said, that it just looks horrible. I personally would never have said that to somebody. It's what I like, though. I really don't care what they think. I hate it. I wish they liked it, but whatever. We get that stuff all the time, or people trying to, they think they know more than you. And maybe they do. I don't know. But they want you and everybody else to know that they know more than you. And it's, you know, hey, we're just doing the best we can. And I have let that bog me down before. I have let people get under my skin before. And I said in a video last week, I do not care anymore. I am trying to not care anymore. I am trying to just move right on, truck right along. If I like planting something a certain way, that's what I'm going to do. And you're here to watch, and that's how I'm doing it. If I did everything that other people told me to do, it wouldn't even be my garden. It would be your garden. That's why it's your garden and I've got mine. Or it's my bathroom and you've got yours. So everybody's got a white bathroom. I've got dogs that are nasty and muddy, and I let my dogs come in. I sure do. I want them in here with me, and I love them. And I've seen them run up against a white bathroom. I used to have a white bathroom, and it is the nastiest toothpaste everywhere. You got to clean. My husband hacking up on a mirror, and you know, hair and everything. I did not want a white bathroom. That was me personally. I wanted it to be colorful and funky and like I said, at the time I was going through grief badly, and I wanted some cheer. I wanted it to be colorful and fun, and I'm young, and I've lived like I'm old for so long. I have literally retired at, how old was I? 30? Because I worked so many jobs and I did so many things to where I could retire, and I felt a lot of pressure for a lot of years. I started working night shift at 19 years old, full time. I mean, it was, and I had been through school and everything else. Everything in my life was already rushed. In fact, I left high school at 16 years old and went to college full time. I dual enrolled, and every class counted twice. So not only did I have the pressure of high school, I had the pressure of college too, in with it. That was tough. Like, it's been tough. I did my life that way. I did not get in debt. Any piece of debt I ever had, I paid off immediately. It was tough. I don't know if I had my own children, if I would recommend them doing that, because my life just literally, I don't remember what happened in my 20s. In my teens or 20s, I don't know what happened because all I did was work. I'm sitting good now. I don't know. I don't know if I could recommend them doing that, but it's been so serious and so hardcore and so just, you know, strict on myself. It's been so rigorous for so long. I just wanted to have a little fun, you know. I just wanted to enjoy it. And you know, a lot of teenagers decorate their bedrooms, or they do this stuff, or they have the clothes. I wasn't into that. I was into studying, working, saving money, looking at the future. It was always the future, the future, the future. And I worked so hard that way I could do it now. And I'm young and I want to enjoy my life. You know, I just do. Me and my husband are very blessed to be able to do this. And there was a lot of hard work, dedication, and discipline, self-discipline that went into this, to get it to where it is. So yeah, I'm going to sit back and I'm going to have some fun now, and I'm going to enjoy what I'm doing, and I'm going to enjoy this channel, and I'm going to enjoy my gardens and my animals, and, we're going to have fun. We're going to enjoy it. Because what's the point of, I'm telling you, the best advice I could give looking back through these years, like I said, I don't know if I could recommend it or not. I don't know if my own children, if I would want them to do what I did. Because it was so tough. So tough. You go work 16 hours, rest 4, and get back up. You over and over and over at 21 when everybody else is, you know, having the time of their lives. It's tough. It's real tough. And I missed out on a lot of stuff. But I will say it has been a blessing, and it's been, I don't know. I don't know if I would go back and do it the same way. I really don't. But now that I've made it to the other side, we're going to have fun. We're going to enjoy it. And you can't be successful at anything without enjoying it. I truly believe that. You may be successful on paper, but if you do not enjoy it, it's just not going to be the level of success that someone that does enjoy it. So if you love getting out in the garden and you love planting, I did this video a couple of weeks ago, do not worry about what other people think. If you love having goats, take care of your goats. People may laugh at it. I don't know. You know, and then it may turn around and be the best thing ever. We're so worried about what other people think. This is not really prepping, but it kind of is. Guys, you've got to enjoy what you're doing. You cannot listen to naysayers. So if you go out and you buy so many canned goods a week and you love doing that, then you keep doing it. You keep doing it. I just don't want you to do it for someone else. That's the whole thing. You need to self-analyze and say, hey, do I want to do this? Do I want to do this? And if you don't, or if it's too much on you, just don't be stressed out. And I'm not the one to be telling you that, because I live on stress. I always have. And now the past couple of months, I'm not stressed anymore. And it's just, this has been a lifestyle adjustment, especially coming out of a workforce, a very high stress workforce. You cannot, you can't easily adjust out of that. You can't, especially at a young age. This is just, it's a very bizarre thing, what I'm going through. So, hey, but I planned for it. I've always done it, and this is what I wanted, and I got it. I'm very, very blessed. Have fun. If you want to grow something that no one else is growing, you go grow it. You go grow it. You have fun with it. And I'm going to tell you this right now. If you don't enjoy gardening, but you feel pressured to garden, I would not do it. Not unless you had to survive by that garden. I do not think in this day and age that anybody has to garden to survive. I personally do not think that. This is not Ma and Pa kettle, okay? I just don't think you have to at this day and age. But if you do, then that's different, okay? But if you don't have to garden and you still can get food off the shelf, if you don't enjoy it, I just wouldn't do it. I would not do anything I did not enjoy somewhat. Now, it's not going to be paradise every day. You know that. It's going to be tough, and it is just grueling. You may hear I've got chicks in the basement right now, those that hatched out, and I don't want to go clean that brooder box, but I've got to go do it. But I enjoy the chicks more than I do cleaning the brooder box. You have to weigh everything and see if it's even worth your time and all, and if it's worth your mental sanity to want to do it. So that's just my opinion, but I want y'all to be happy. This is the year of happiness. That's what I'm going to say. It's the year of, we're going to have fun. We're going to get our hands in the dirt. For all of y'all that watch me, that do garden and enjoy it, we're going to get our hands in the dirt. We're going to have fun this year. We're going to have some new gardens. We're not going to be stressed about planting everywhere in the book, including our driveway. We're not going to do that. We're going to have fun with it. I want a very clean garden this year. I want it spaced appropriately. I did radical gardening last year, and I crammed everything together. It worked. But this year I don't want to do that, and that's okay. Your wants and will change throughout the seasons. Mine has. Some years I've wanted gourd. Some years I want pumpkin. Some years I want peas. This year I want peas. You have fun with it. Do what you want. We're going to have fun, and we are going to enjoy ourselves. We're going to enjoy it. We're going to let ourselves relax, and we're going to have the best year I think we've ever had gardening. And y'all too. I want you to follow this advice. And I just feel like I've got a good vibe this season. I feel like it's going to be the best year we've ever had. And hey, if it don't grow, we'll have fun trying. So let me know what you think about gardening and prepping and what you're doing this year. And I may have several more videos coming out today. I am going to get back into Dollar Tree stackable planters. I know that's what got us YouTube famous to where we're the small amount of fame we've got. I've had an idea for those. I'm going to show you my little planters that's been sitting out in the weather for 5-6 years now, are still hanging on. They're doing okay, and I'm going to put them inside, and I'm going to show you what we're doing. So follow along for that, and have a good, blessed day. We'll see you next time on Harmon Homestead Ranch.